my friends. Okay, so super quick video on how I use Portion Fix, which is the color-coded containers. So if you're not interested in that, then don't watch this. But if you have the containers, if you recently bought a kit, I just want to give you a couple tips that have helped me because sometimes we overthink it and it feels really complicated. So I've tried both of our nutrition plans, programs. Both are really great. There's no right or wrong way, wrong or right one. It's more about what fits your personality and your lifestyle. And I just, for some reason, the containers work better for me than following a more intuitive nutrition program. But there's also some growing pains, right? So if you're like, how do I make this work? First of all, they've refilmed the Portion Fix video series. So if you click on your Beachbody On Demand and you go to your nutrition tab, there's very few videos and they're just very simplified. She explains how to calculate what container you should be in, what to do if you are if you have a lot of containers and you don't know how to make that happen. It's just simplified it, okay? So go watch that first of all, and that will help you figure out how many of each color-coded container you should be eating, because if you're like looking at them in the package, you're like, this is all I get to eat. You actually eat a lot, okay? So I finished my ultimate reset. My nutrition has kind of backslid because of some emotional stuff, and I've been feeling really bad and shamey about it, which is why I'm telling you guys, just to shine the light in case you feel off track and you're like, oh my gosh, my child's alarm's going off. Shannon, your phone is going off. Anyway, so I just went through, I watched the videos the other day and I recalculated my bracket. I am in category A. And so if you're like, what does any of that mean? It's okay. You can look it up yourself, or you can ask me or your coach and we'll help you figure it out. If you just ordered a new challenge pack, this Quick Start Nutrition Guide, take a peek at it. It's got a lot of great information. It has a lot of recipes and all that. Okay, so yesterday I figured it out. What containers, how many of each one I need to have. Some of you love apps. Some of you are super techie. I'm a pen to paper kind of girl, and this is what works best for me. I have my colored pencils. I have a lined piece of paper that I'm gonna rip off and put on my counter or my fridge. And then I usually use index cards because right now I'm doing time nutrition, but I couldn't find them. So I actually just found some, what is this called? Origami paper. See, it doesn't have to be fancy. It's super freaking low tech, okay? If you wanna use an app, you can. The Beachbody On Demand app, you can even track your containers there. But this is what works best for me. I'm a visual person. I like to see it as I go. Okay, so this is what I do, all right? I just take my colors. They coincide with the containers, right? Green is your vegetables. Red is your proteins. Yellow is your healthy carbohydrates. Blue is healthy fats. This is supposed to be purple. It's more maroon, but whatever. Purple is fruit. Orange, I just use that for seeds. I don't track my dressing because I'm not taking a bath in it. And the point of this is to make it a lifestyle, not something that feels like handcuffs, okay? And then the last one, you can't really tell, but it is teaspoons, which I just really count it for my nut butters. Don't count my oil because I think that you can make this super technical and hate it, or you can kind of loosey-goosey figure it out as you go and get momentum on your journey, which is what it's all about. So I just made these marks that correspond with the containers. I wrote down below how many of each one I need to get every single day. I'm legit gonna tear this off and I will put it on my kitchen counter or on the fridge. And then as I go through my day, I just mark off what I have. And then at the end of the day, I can be like, okay, so I still need to get a protein. I still need to have a vegetable. I need to have a healthy carbohydrate. That could be wine, or it could be something like sweet potatoes, brown rice, something like that, right? Fun fact, when you look at your guide, your Portion Fix guide, you pull it up on Beachbody On Demand, you click on program materials, it will give you a food list for each container, and the ones at the top of the list are gonna obviously be more nutritionally dense and helpful because not all calories are made the same. This isn't about you having to weigh things or count your macros or any of that. It's simplified for you, and it really is it's a training wheel system, okay? So you're not gonna be chained to the containers. You're not gonna take them with you for the rest of your life. You are using them in the beginning pretty religiously, okay? or if you've gotten off track and you need to realign, you're going to use them to make sure that what looks like a portion size to you is actually the portion size your body needs. And for most of us, it's not usually right on point, right? Like my rice or beans or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah. Meanwhile, it's like 3 servings, okay? So there's no judgment. This is just tools in your tool chest to help you figure it out. So that's all well and fine, but I don't know about you, but then I was like, it's really easy to eat certain foods, and then you're at the end of the day and you're like, well, crap, I have, all these random containers I need to eat. So I decided to do timed nutrition, which sounds like you need a paper bag to breathe into. It sounds like it's going to be really complicated, but it's so freaking simple. I believe that she talks about timed nutrition. If you pull up Portion Fix, I'm pretty sure it's in there. But I actually just use the 80-Day Obsession guide because you have access to 80-Day Obsession, which is an amazing program. It's kind of long. It's an hour a day. But the nutrition piece that goes with that is timed. So it actually tells you what containers to pair together and how far apart to space them. So like an hour and a half before your first workout, you're going to eat these containers. It doesn't tell you what you need to eat. And that's what I like about it. I'm not a big meal prepper. I don't want to be told what to do. Thanks so much. But I want to be like, okay, you need to have a green, you need to have a protein, and you need to have a healthy carb. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to make myself breakfast tacos. 2 corn tortillas are a healthy carb-ish, right? My greens could be sauteed spinach. It could be some like leftover broccoli or asparagus from the night before. You guys, it's okay. Okay? Loosen the rules a little. Vegetables are good for you. And then my healthy or my protein would be like 2 eggs scrambled or whatever. And then I load it up with tons of salsa. Salsa's a freebie. I'm not going to count salsa, whatever. I'm not taking a bath in it. It's fine. So boom, it tells me right there, an hour and a half or whatever before your workout, you're going to eat this, okay? To fuel your body, right? To get your metabolism kickstarted. And then, so that's what I did with these little things, right? I just did the colors of what I need to have. And I put on here, I label them 1 through however many there are, okay? So that if they get out of order, if my kids are messing with them, if a cat's knocked them on the ground, I can just put them back in order. It's not complicated. And I literally just do this throughout the day. I just put them back in I just change the order as I go through them. Does this make sense to you? Okay, so that's super easy peasy. And for me, it helps me simplify it. Like when should I be eating? What should I be eating? And then I have the freedom of choosing what those things will be. Like I can choose to have my Shakeology because that's my protein. I can choose that my green is going to be spinach or it's going to be greens powder, right? Or it could be cauliflower that I'm going to throw in my shake, which sounds weird, but you can't taste it. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I don't know if that makes sense to you. But Time Nutrition is a really great resource if you have a lot of containers and you're not sure how to combine them, or you keep finding that you have the same awkward ones left over. Give it a try and see if it simplifies it for you. I thought it would be so fussy. It's not. It really is just like stupid style. Okay, 60 to 90 minutes before my workout, I'm going to have these things done, okay? I mark them off on my chart. I mean, if you're following these and you're actually doing it, you don't even have to track it, right? Because you're already tracking it by doing this. 20 to 30 minutes before I move my body, unicorn juice. 30 minutes after I work out, I'm going to have a fruit, okay, to help my muscles repair, and I'm going to drink Recover, which if you're not using Recover, it's the cat's freaking pajamas. I used it yesterday, and I'm so sore today, I can't even imagine, okay? All right, this is my fourth one of the day, and this is 1 to 2 hours after my workout. I'm going to have a green, a protein, a healthy carb, and then this is what I use for nut butter, whatever. The next one is 2 to 3 hours later. In that window, I'm going to have a fruit, a protein. This would be a perfect Shakeology right here. You have, whatever your Shakeology flavor you have, you add in a frozen fruit or whatever, and maybe some peanut butter. Boom, delicious, okay? 2 to 3 hours after that, I'm going to have a snack. This is usually, for me, it's usually veggies and hummus or veggies and dip or whatever, okay? Maybe a piece of cheese. It's okay. And then this is the final meal of the day, which would be a great salad, or it could be like a hamburger on a bed of lettuce or whatever, okay? So it is greens, a protein, and then the orange I just use for my seeds and nuts. But that's helped me so much because we tend to overthink it, and we tend to make it way more complicated than it needs to be. And you don't have to be counting all these things obsessively, like macros and weighing stuff, when you're using the containers and you're every month or so, you're revisiting it and making sure, okay, has my weight changed? Have my goals changed? Has my exercise intensity changed? That's when you revisit it to make sure you're in the right bracket so that you're fueling your body. And these things take time. It's not going to be an overnight, oh my gosh, I've been using my containers for a week now. Why am I not noticing a difference? Okay. So this is my system. This is my day one, even though it's a Thursday. I'm not going to wait till Monday. This is the perfect opportunity for me to stop feeling bad about myself. I get on this, like, I know you can relate, right? I know that we start to get all shamey in our head and we start to feel bad. And then it's like, forget it. I'm just going to eat all these chocolate chips straight out of the bag, or I'm just going to eat the rest of this ice cream because blah, blah, blah. No, like whatever time of day, whatever day of the week you watch this, you can be like, you know what? I'm going to take ownership of my journey, and I'm going to take back my control, and I'm going to figure out, I'm either going to look at the 2B mindset, which is all intuitive eating. Okay. There's no bad foods. It's just about fueling your body. There's sometimes foods and treats, lots and lots of water, right? Or you can do the containers like me. So if you have questions about it, let me know. Like I said, Autumn Calabrese just refilmed the entire thing. There's also intermittent fasting track now if you want to do that, which I think a lot of people really do without even thinking about it. If you stop eating at dinner, after dinner, and you don't eat anything until probably late morning, you're already intermittent fasting. So there's a couple different ways to do it. Simplified. This is never about overcomplicating your life. And I just want you to, if you're interested in using the containers, actually commit to it and see it through. Don't get super discouraged. It's taking you this long to get to this point in your journey, right? So it's not going to be an overnight thing, and nor should it be. You're not a vending machine person, okay? You are a person investing time and energy and effort and longevity in your journey, okay? So this is my super fancy. All these things will be on the counter. And like I said, if you're going to do this, make sure that you number them, because if they fall down, you'll be like, what's happening? Okay, so anyways, if you have questions, if you need help figuring out where this stuff is at, let me know. But like I said, they go into great detail on the Time Nutrition Tract if you go to the 80-Day Obsession tab and look at program materials.